Well, I have just arrived in Wigtown, which bills itself as Scotland's largest book town, and indeed it is. Behind me is the rather famous the Bookshop, which is, it says, the largest second-hand bookshop in Scotland, and is really quite famous. Wigtown hosts a book festival every September, October, and has big name celebrity writers. But there are, I believe, 5 bookshops in this small town in Dumfries. And we've just had our introductory chat from 3 authors, including Shaun Bythell, who owns the bookshop and has made a career actually writing his diary called The Diary of a Bookseller. See what he did there? But also Confessions of a Bookseller, Remainders of the Day, and one more. And he's sold over 100,000 copies all over the world in 30 translations from this little town and the bookshop here. So whatever you have in mind, my friends, no matter how small your attic garret room is, if you have got a pen or a pencil and a notebook, you too can be a writer. And very encouragingly, after the round table introductions, there are 11 of us on this weekend writers workshop with plus 3 authors. After an hour's introductions around the table, we've been given time out already to explore the town before supper at 7, and we're going to meet up in the this is the pub without a sign, but I believe it's called the Wigtown Ploughman, and there's a book of the same name, and there's a beer garden. I don't know what this says, but I've come to a writer's retreat and I've gone straight to the pub. Oh, one in each arm, cradling them like babies.
Oh, they are my babies.
They are your babies, beautifully planted. I'm going to the bookshop now, there's a course on. It's a bit windy and chilly actually on this Saturday afternoon along the banks of the estuary. I'll give you a quick panorama where I am in Galloway, specifically in Wigtown on a writers, on an aspiring writers course for the weekend. I suppose I need to own up, hello there, that I have to count myself as a writer, more than an aspiring writer, as I have now actually published, or I've completed 3 books. Yes, it's a surprise to me too. And the crew of 11 students and 3 authors is fantastic, both encouragement and challenging. Because the guy I've come to see really, who I was very much hoping would review my book, has just told me he won't read it. He's got too many to read. So I've gone for a long walk to find my other tribe, the Covenant Martyrs, and I haven't heard about this. I don't know if you have, but it's a horrid story. But of course it's a clash between 2 branches of Christian religion in the 17th century. And I'll get this wrong, you'll have to forgive me, but the English church leaders, bishops, introduced a new version of the Bible, and some folks from this tradition, just a different tradition. I won't even say Catholic and Protestant. I don't think it's. I've not got the facts right, so that would be wrong. But basically, a bunch of folks really disagreed with it, and they were sentenced to death, tied to a stake and drowned in the waters here. What sort of Christianity is that, for heaven's sake? So I'm walking this estuary path. I don't know why I'm laughing. I suppose it's the relief of the craziness of the human condition when there's so much natural beauty in the world right at our doorstep all the time. Look at this landscape, it's absolutely wonderful. Anyway, I digress. Oh, there's a runner here. she's taking time out. Hey, she's one of the American friends on the course. Actually, she's from Maine, in the States. So I have visited this morning with the group a monument to the martyrs. And now I've taken it. I've got book overload. I've visited 2 or 3 second-hand bookshops here just after lunch. Lovely lunch, and I can't look at another book. I'm over-faced. It's like if you eat too much ice cream, you just couldn't face another mouthful of chocolate or whatever flavour ice cream. Anyway, I have come along this path to visit the actual stump, so to speak, I believe, the martyr's stake. And I'm not being gruesome. I'm sort of, I suppose, wanting to show my allegiance to those who are courageous enough to stand for what they believe in this case, which version of the Bible you're going to live and die by, apparently. Well, have you ever got to the point with, I don't know, a Harry Potter book in its translation that you'd be prepared to die for? I don't think so, or you know what I'm getting at. And it does beg the question for me, is there anything in this world that I would be prepared to die for? And you know, in the normal run of things like the flag or the nation or the monarchy or the being British, or no, definitely not. Now, there is one woman in my life, and my kids, of course, that I would die for, as it happens right now. But let's not go there. Right now, I'm going to show you something far more interesting than my thoughts on martyrdom. New life in the fields, look. The fields are alive with the bleating of new lambs. Thank you. I will pay my respects to the martyrs, grateful that in my life anyway, I have not been put on the spot or on the stake for my beliefs or my convictions. I don't know if that's a failure or not. Well, you can imagine you are walking along this wooden jetty, walking the plank, you might say, for the last time in your life. One of the martyrs was a 63-year-old woman, but the other one, the other one was just 18 years old. They were tied to a wooden stake, thrown in the water and drowned. Well, I've read a little bit more about it now, and it's because the English Stuart monarchy proclaimed themselves head of the church, and the Covenanters covenanted themselves to recognise only Christ as the head of the church. What would you do? Would you die for your faith, for your interpretation of Scripture? I don't think I would.